Can you see my screen? Hello, Mona Lisa?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, click on, I mean, if you're registered, you can go to schema.
Okay. So wait a minute, I'm creating.
Live, L-I-V. Oracle.com.
I'll do it later because my laptop is like stopping again and again.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. No worries.
Yeah, I will see on the screen first.
Sure.
Yes. So I'm on mute because some guests are there, so you might
Okay.
have some disturbance, okay?
Okay.
That's
No worries. Uh, huh. Try again. Log in. It's doing again and again same thing. Go to clean your browser history and or change your browser and see. Use different browser. Live. Live SQL. Uh, okay. Sign in, right? Okay, good. So if you see here, okay, these are different schema. Academic, analytics views, customer order, okay. And in the bracket, what you see, that is the schema name, okay. So AD. Now, so this is one single database and it has multiple schema. Each schema, so schema is a logical partitioning of database, okay. So you can go and click on the oldest one is EMP department Scott. Okay, so if you click here, EMP, it is simplest one. It has just two tables. Okay, department and employee. Now you can go and select, let's say HR. In the book, I have used HR database. So you can use HR. If you see HR, these are different database objects, procedures, countries. Countries is a table. Add job history is a procedure. Departments is a table. Okay. So you have sequences. So now let's say we go to employees table. Now this is to see the data structure. Okay. You can see the structure. Now you want to practice, you can go to SQL worksheet and practice. Right. And here you can say select star from HR was the schema, right? HR dot employees. Okay. Now what does star represent here? Okay, see, data is in table and column format, right? So you have columns and you have rows, right? So you have each of these is a column, right? And then you have rows, right? Now, if you look at the when you want something, okay, you would be performing. See, getting all rows and all columns is easy. Just say select star from table name. but that's not what you would want. You would want, based on your requirement, you want a portion of it, subset of it. So you will be doing filtering, basically. You'll be doing filtering on both row and column, right? On either row or column, or both row or column. That means you may not want all the columns. You want some specific columns. You do not want all the rows. You want some specific rows. Okay. So if you want some specific columns, the columns we mention in place of star. Okay. So for example, here if I say select, okay, I want first name, comma, last name, comma, hire date, comma, salary. Okay. So I want these 4 columns. I don't want all the 10 columns that it has. I'm only interested in 4 columns. First name, last name, hire date, salary. So I'll say select 4 columns from HR dot
Employee.
employees. Okay. Now let's select and click on run here. So see, it has filtered. So this will give you everything. Okay, both in terms of rows and columns. Now here, I have filtered based on the column. I don't want all the columns, but your rows will be same. I can filter based on rows. Now, when you want to filter based on rows, we give conditions after the table name. Okay. See, before table name, you give the filter for the columns, and after table name, you give filter for the rows. Okay. So, for example, here, okay, from HR employees, where is a clause using which we can filter the rows. So I say where salary greater than. This is very similar to your if clause in Python. So I'm saying salary greater than. That means I'm using the conditional statements. Okay, I'm using conditional statement. Salary greater than 9,000, or I can say greater than equal to 9,000, right? If it's equal to, you get 9,000 also. If you don't say equal to, it will be
And only greater than 9 only.
only greater than 9,000. Yes. So you are trying to filter based on the rows. Now, if you run, we will not get all the rows. Columns will get 4 columns only. Okay.
Okay, only which we will get which have equal to and greater than 9,000 only.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Just like conditional formatting.
And run it. Yes.
Okay.
So you see, you have 9,000 also. Okay, 9,000, but that is the last. Only 27 rows were selected. All these have more than. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else here? Did you understand?
Yes. This I understand.
One second. All of the selected columns. So no. So did you select this, or you ran it just like that? See, if you don't select and run, right? Okay, we need to select it. No. What happens? See, if you run it like this, no. See here, if you run like this, all 3 queries are run. So if you scroll, first query is running. Okay. If you keep scrolling down, end of first query, second query is running. End of second query, third query is running. Okay. So this is running one after another. Okay, so if you're, I mean, so obviously we don't want to see the older query, right? So second option is, what you do is, you like, the new query that you type in the first line. You push this down. So what happens, if I run here, and now when you run all, the latest query result will be first. That also you can do. Okay. Okay. So, okay. We'll talk about where later. Well, let's look at few more options that we have here. Now, we have something called as distinct. Okay. So let's say I select last name from HR dot employees. So there could be people with duplicate last name. Okay. So I don't see here. There could be, right? So there you can say distinct. Okay. When you say distinct, okay, it will find the distinct set of values. Okay. So you can get rid of duplicate. Let's say if I say distinct salary. Okay. So you get distinct set of values. So distinct is used to get distinct set of values. Now, distinct doesn't work only on one data. Okay. It works on complete columns. Because see, if I say distinct last name, okay, so it will give a distinct line. But what will be other column values? No, other column values you can't figure out, right? So what it will do is, it will first figure out the entire result, and then based on that, it will do the distinct. So for example, let's say here you have
Like you're talking about the whole table.
no, I'm just saying, let's say the last name is Tendulkar, okay, salary is 9,000. Okay, there's another Tendulkar whose salary is 15,000. Right? Now, if I say last name comma salary, I will get both. Correct? But
Yes.
if I say distinct, then which one will I get? No.
Both of
Yeah, distinct works on all the columns. So it will give us both the record.
both answer. Okay.
Okay. But if I just say distinct last name, then I'll get only Tendulkar. So distinct has to be for all the values that you give after distinct. Distinct doesn't work on one single column. It works on all the set of all the columns.
Okay.
Okay. It works on set of all the columns. Okay. Now let's say, okay, so in SQL, this is how you give comment. Okay. Hash, double hash. Two hash together. This is how we give comment in SQL. If we want to give comment, we can give double hash. Okay. Then uh, Okay. Now let's say I'm going to run this again. First name, last name, hire date. Now let's say you don't want it to look like first name. You don't like it. Okay. You want it to be called as first space name. Let's say that is called alias. Giving another name, giving alias to the column name. If you do not like the original name, original column name, you can rename it to whatever you want. How do you rename it? You copy the same code, okay? And first name I don't like, right? So I'll give space. And I can give first name like this. Okay? So now when I run it, okay, see it became first name, right? But you want to give space between first name and last name. See, when you do not give anything and you give write some text, it means SQL knows that you're giving an alias. But if I give space, then Python gets confused. SQL gets confused. Doesn't know what to do here. Okay, so when you're giving, if you want to give name, space, you always give in double quotation. Okay, now when you select and run it, you get as it is. Okay, so this is how you can give alias or rename the column, display column. Database, it's not going to change. No, 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 no. Commit also, this is only for display. Okay, this is only for display. This is not for, there's nothing to do with the database. Even commit also will not, it's not so simple to change the column name. Okay, we have command like alter. Alter is used. Okay, select is always reading. So select will not have any edit impact on database. Update or delete, you can't use select and perform those. Select, you're only trying to change the display values. Okay, you're only changing the display values. Okay, so this is how you can give. Now let's say I want to combine last name and first name. Okay, I want to have one single column with last name, first name, like Stephen King, Nina Kocher, single word. So what I'll do, okay, I'll take same code here. And now I'm going to say, okay, pipe. Now when you do this double pipe, it is like concatenation, like plus of Python. So when I run it, so you see, it got Stephen King, right? And this is the column name that it got. So two things here. I want to add space in between. If I want to add space in between, I have to add space also, right? One space, right? And now you can give the alias to this name. You can give alias to this column, right? Like full name. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. So now let's say this is your monthly salary, right? And you want to calculate annual salary. Okay. So this is how you handle text data, right? The string text. Okay. But now I'm talking about number. I'm going to copy paste same thing. Okay. Uh, So how do you calculate annual salary?
Under
How do you calculate annual salary?
annual salary.
Huh?
Uh,
This is monthly salary. Into 12,
which
right? Correct. Into 12. So you will say salary into 12. Simple. And we can give, if you run it like this, you get salary into 12 and this is annual salary, right? You can give it an alias here, saying annual salary. Okay. So this is how you get annual salary, right? Okay. You can form any what do you call any formula here. So if you want to add bonus also, you can add bonus also, right? Okay. Okay. So see when you display, when you select and run like this, right? Generally, the first data which is added first in the table is displayed. Okay. So here Stephen King was probably the first record to be added to the database. That's why it's shown on the top. And let's say you want to display in a specific order. You want to display with, say, on the basis of last name, or on the basis of hire date, or on the basis of salary, right? Okay, you can say that. So let's say, okay, so right now it is displaying based on the data that is entered into the system. Now, if I want to change the order, I have to say, okay, order by last name. That's the column, correct? Now, when I say order by last name, so see, this is first name, this is last name. Abel became first, and they become second. Right? Then you have B. Right? Then C. You can say order by, and you can give the column in which order you want to display. You can display like this. First it will be displayed or last name. First it will be displayed last name. No. Order by. So one with the A, it'll do in the increasing order. So see, Ln is the first name, Abel is the last name. Ln Abel was somewhere down, maybe 10th row, 5th row, 10th row, 20th row, wherever. Alphabetical order. Order means alphabetical order. So we are giving last name. So last name it is giving in the alphabetical order. Now let's say you want to do alphabetical order, and also let's say, okay, so before last name, you can give it multiple lines, okay? Because SQL looks for the semicolon for end of line. So here I can say last name, and before last name, I say hire date. So first it will order the hire date, and if there are two values, two people joining on the same hire date, then it will do in the last name. right? So first is higher date. So first it will arrange in higher date. So see, Jan 2001, 2002, 2002, June 7, 7, 7. So it, okay. So here, what it did, even though it is H, last name is H, it is printed first because we first column that we are doing is higher date, right? So we said 13th Jan is the first. Now, if you see, all these four people join on same date. Right? Second set of people joining on 7th June. So now in these four, you will see that they have been arranged using last name. B first, then G, H, M. So first order is higher date. Second order is last name. Right? Now, let's say I do another one. Now I want to order by commission, let's say. Okay. There's something called commission, right? Select star from employee. See the column name. Commission percentage. Order of commission percentage. Now when you run this, so okay, now we'll add commission percentage so that you can see the different values here. Okay, comma, commission percentage. So commission percentage is 0.1, 10%, 10%, 10%. Okay, and then you have nulls. So first you'll have non-null values and then you'll have null. So whenever you're arranging, right, and if that column has null, so first it will arrange in the basis of null. And then it will arrange in the base, then it will, sorry, by default, it will arrange first your non-null values. Okay. First it will arrange on non-null values. And then it will arrange on null values altogether. Right? But let's say if you want null first. Okay. So you can say order by commission percentage and then space you say nulls first. Okay. So when you say nulls, see here first non-null values are displayed. Then you have null values. If I say null first, now when I run it, it will display first null values. Okay, and then you will get
Not null values.
not null values.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how you can get different set of values. Now we will up our this thing. Okay, and okay. Okay. So just like see in the where clause, where is where clause? Here. Where is where? Here, right? Now in where clause, you can use all your logical operators. Just like we have logical operators in Python, here also you have logical operators. For example, salary greater than equal to 9,000 and less than equal to 10,000, right? So you can give like that, okay? So I can say here, salary greater than equal to 9,000 and let's say and salary less than equal to say 12,000. Okay. So 9,000, 11,000, 9,500. See, you don't have anyone with more than 12,000. So and means what? Both conditions have to be true, right? So it has, so now more than 9,000 is also true and less than 12,000 is also true.
Yes.
You can do, when you have number, you can also do something like this. You can use between, okay, from HR employees where salary, okay, salary between.
So it's like range also.
Range, between is like range. So I'll say between 9,000 and 12,000. So see, this is useful when you have same column value to check. See, I'm checking same, like, salary more than 9,000, salary less than 12,000. So both conditions are salary only, right? So in this case, it's better to use range between. Okay, same result you'll get. This and is useful when you want to say salary is more than 9,000 and last name is or department is something else.
Two different columns.
Two different columns. Okay, so I'm going to run this star again. So you have department, right? Department ID. So I'll say where department ID is 80 or something like that. So, okay, I'm going to say salary equal to greater 9,000 and department ID equal to, here equal to is only single equal to, okay, not double equal to. So there's no person department 12,000. Okay, I'll make it 80. Let's see. What it meant was there is no record which meets both the requirement, and means both, correct? Now you see. So these are the people who are department 80 and salary is more than 9,000. Okay. So if you want, you can display department ID also here. Okay, so see, both department ID is 80 and salary is more than this. I can easily convert into or. Okay, or means either. So everybody from 80 and everybody from salary greater than 9,000 or whatever, right? 9,000. So both true. So this is more like your union, right? And is like intersection.
Common part.
Common part. And is like intersection. And or is like union, whichever. And the duplicate is repeated only once, not multiple times. Okay. Now, if you want to do more, I have an exercise for you guys. Just give me a second. Just like we created yesterday we created ear diagram, right? Similarly, I want you to create ear diagram for a business problem and also write select query for this. You can take your time. If you do this, this will be okay. So not here, I guess. I'll share this blog. Yes, see this. Develop the conceptual model with an ER diagram. Okay. So this is, you're developing a you are developing a route management system. Let's say you've been hired by RTC department and you want to create a database for RTC buses. Okay. So read through this this project. Okay. So here you see bus rider, fares, route, bus stop, route timing schedule type, bus driver, and driver schedule. These are different tables. Bus rider, fares, route, bus stop, route timing, schedule type, bus driver, okay, and driver schedule. These are the tables. Okay, first create ER diagram. You get the ER diagram right, your table will be right. If you get ER diagram wrong, your table will be wrong. So get ER diagram and try to work on it. We will review it. Okay, and then you can create table and add some data here, or some dummy data we'll add later. This is little complex than if you want to, if you want to master this, this is the best way to do it. I want you to do it, focus in your diagram, try to get it right. Once you are done, then you can let me know. Okay, so I'll share this link as well. You go through this.
Okay.
We'll stop here.
Yes.
We'll stop here and practice those database. And see, you have also other this thing, right? Other, if you go here, let me first save it before it's lost.
So it will be saved.
No, it's public thing. Okay, so this thing will not be saved.
Okay.
So you have to save it on your own. So if you go to this, you see schema, right?
Yes.
So whatever we are doing in the class, we'll be doing on HR schema. You select any other schema. You can select human, okay. You can select Olympic data or sales. Let's do sales history. You select sales history and you take any table and you try to implement same thing using this table. So if you see here, times, okay, this is what sales history, right? So I'm looking at product. There's somewhere you'll see product. Yeah, this is the main table. Okay, you can use products table to do the same thing. Okay, and what I want was, yeah. So you see, it shows you, okay, table and the columns. These are the column names in the table, and these are the data type. Okay, so this is data type they have used. These are the columns. Okay, try to implement same thing on this practice for practicing.